Hey everyone, I've filmed so many intros for this, so whatever I say this time, I'm going to stick with it. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're just going to be talking about content creation, my goals as a content creator, and the strategy I'm going to be using to hopefully achieve those goals. If you're a content creator yourself or an aspiring content creator, hopefully you'll be able to take some things away from this conversation. If you're just curious about it and curious about what goes on behind the scenes as a content creator, then you'll be able to take something out of that as well. Either way, we've got a lot to talk about, so hopefully you stick around. If we're just meeting, my name is Hoju, and I quit my job in 2020 right before the quarantine and lockdown stuff happened. So it was probably one of the worst timed decisions that I've ever made, and now I'm hoping to be a content creator and make that one of the best decisions I've ever made. So hopefully I'll be able to use my skills and experience to make that happen. If this isn't the first time we've met, then thank you for sticking around. Welcome back to the channel. We've got lots to talk about today. So with that being said, let's talk goals and why I think they're so important. I'm of the strong opinion that if you really want something, you need to make sure that you set out goals. You need to make sure that you set out an overarching goal, and then you need to break that down into further goals to make sure that they're attainable and that you can work towards them. The internet is a pretty weird place. You can make it without goals. You can make it without a plan. You can just wing it and you'll find success. You'll go viral. But I think that's a pretty unreliable way for your average Joe. I think it's really important to set goals because it gives you a way to look back on whether or not you achieved your goal, why you achieved it, how you achieved it, and it makes it much more easier to replicate because you know why you succeeded. And not only do goals give you a way to look back and tell you why you succeeded or why you failed in specific endeavors, but it also gives you a way to look forward. It gives you things to look forward to. It gives you fulfillment. It gives you motivation to push forward and to aim for higher heights. If you did find success without a plan, without goals, I am definitely not taking that away from you. In fact, more power to you. I think it's awesome that in today's day and age that anything can happen on the internet and you can go viral and find success and a career through, almost happenstance. But if you don't have the luxury of, making it that way, or even being one of the earlier adopters or early content creators that kept building their following, then you need to set goals. Even for those who have already made it, you still need to set goals to continue to push forward, to continue to attain things that you're passionate about. And I'm not saying this is like the corporate rat race where you're always aiming for something bigger, because that's the beauty of content creation. You are your own boss. So you get to set those goals. You get to set those goals for things that you actually want to do. You get to set goals for things that will actually bring you fulfillment. And on the flip side, I'm not saying you can't do that in the corporate life either. But we're here to talk about content creation. So anyways, that was a long-winded way of saying set goals because they're important. So let's bring it back to content creation and goals in content creation in particular. At any point in time throughout this journey, I think the most important thing for you to ask yourself is, what do you want out of this? What do you want to be as a content creator? Do you want to be the go-to place for educational videos in regards to making computers? Do you want to be the go-to place people go to escape from their daily life? It's people they go to find entertainment, find comfort. I think you need to figure that out. Doesn't matter if you're at the start of your journey or the middle of your journey. Knowing what you want out of this will make things that much easier. Because once you know what you want, you can have that overarching goal. What you want is that overarching goal. And from there, you can work backwards. You can make smaller goals. You can make actionable, bite-sized goals. And that way, you can actually work towards your goal step by step. And the reason why I keep saying actionable goals, bite-sized goals, is to make sure they're just that they're actionable. Because for me personally, if I have one huge overarching goal, one huge ambition, I find that extremely intimidating. It may motivate some of you, but for those of you like me, I find having one huge abstract vision really hard to work towards because it's just scary. How do you get there? How do you go from point A to point B? And that's why I think it's important to break it down even further, to break it down into smaller goals, smaller time periods, smaller metrics that you can measure, smaller victories that you can have to reassure yourself that you're on the right path, that you're actually taking steps to that goal. And having them in smaller bite-sized pieces is a way to do just that. And I'm talking from experience from my professional life. I used to work in strategy and analytics, and I was in charge of giant projects, and I would get high-level directions like, make us more money, or make me a website people will love. And it's just a giant overarching goal at the end of the day. It's something that the business owner wants, and I had to figure out how to deliver that. And without breaking it down into bite-sized goals or pieces of work that I could spread across resources, the goals would never happen. The projects would always fail. And I know I'm getting a little bit too corporate for you, for myself even, but I wanted to bring it up because at the end of the day, achieving your goals, whether or not it's in a business setting or in an individual setting, they're kind of the same thing. Except, in my opinion, achieving your goals as an individual, as a content creator, is so much harder than achieving your goals in your day-to-day work life, because you don't have the resources, you don't have the budget, you don't have the human manpower in order to get your projects underway. You don't have all the perks that come with being a small piece in a huge machine. At the end of the day, as a content creator, as an individual aiming for your own overarching goals, you are the person responsible for everything. You are in charge of making sure that you take those actionable steps, you make those small goals, and you work towards it. And I find that, again, pretty intimidating. But the more you break it down, the easier it is for you to figure out what you need to do and what it takes to achieve those small actionable goals. So in terms of my goals and where I'm at in my journey of content creation, my overarching goal is to build a community of like-minded individuals, people that are interested in leveling up in-game and out of game, as I've highlighted in previous vlogs here. And that is my overarching goal. But I'm at the point where I need to break that down even further, which is why I'm making this video, so I can at least go through part of the process to make sure that I practice what I preach, that I am breaking down the goals and to set myself up for success. So in order to build a community of like-minded individuals, what do I need to do? So I've asked myself that, and I've started to break it down. And the first step was to figure out what platforms I'm going to be using. And for me, that's going to be using YouTube, Twitch, and Discord. 3 completely different platforms, but they all have a place in my goals. And for YouTube, the goal is to continuously make content that connects with like-minded individuals, people that do want to level up in-game and out of game, so they can come to my channel and relate to the videos, be entertained by the videos, just relax and look through the content that I've put out, and in turn, hopefully spread the word and build the community that way. And for Twitch, it's a bit more of a personal platform. It gives me a way where I can connect with the community in a more intimate setting. It gives me a way where I can play games and relax with them. It gives them a community themselves to build upon where they can talk to each other and chat. It has its own place in my goals. And for Discord, it takes that even a step further, where people can talk about anything and everything, and it's purely about talking to each other and building that community. It's not about the content that's on Discord. It's about finding those like-minded individuals. And all 3 platforms work together towards that overarching goal, where I can build like-minded individuals who want to consume the content that I'm putting out. But even though I've broken it down into 3 different subsections and 3 different platforms that I'm going to aim at working on, they're still pretty big goals in themselves. And I need to break it down even further. Like, how am I going to make the content that does connect with people? How often am I going to make content? What type of content am I going to be making? And that's what I've been working on. For Twitch, how consistent will I be streaming? How will I start to build my following on Twitch? How will I start to build that community on Twitch? And I think Twitch works hand in hand with YouTube, because Twitch isn't a place where you get discovered. It's a place where people hang out, where people already know you. Because the more discoverable platform at the end of the day is YouTube. So at the end of the day, the goal for Twitch is to be able to connect the community that I've built on YouTube and bring them to this second platform where they can connect on a more intimate setting. Almost the exact same thing with Discord. I need to break down how I'm going to get people on that Discord and why they should get onto that Discord. I know these are more questions that I'm asking myself, and I know I've focused more on setting attainable goals, but these questions are what you need to answer in order for you to make those small goals. And to emphasize this, I am by no means an expert, which is why it's even more important for me to ask myself these types of questions. Why it's important for me to get concrete answers to those questions so I can build goals using those concrete answers. How am I going to connect with the community through my content? I need to make it a goal to do keyword research and figure out what the community wants to talk about, or how often am I going to be making content. I need to make it a goal to make a content schedule and stick to that content schedule. These are the types of questions I ask myself to continue this journey and to continue to push myself forward. So at the end of the day, I still have a lot of work to do in terms of breaking my goals down. I still need to ask myself more and more questions and get myself more and more concrete answers so I can take those actionable steps. But yeah, I don't know how we got there. I ended up just ranting and pretty much just lecturing myself. But let's move on. Let's talk about the boring stuff, the necessary evils of content creation, what lots of people like to call vanity metrics or vanity numbers. So when I say vanity metrics, what I'm referring to are metrics such as the number of followers or subscribers a Twitch channel has, the number of subscribers or watch time a YouTube channel gets. Those are definitely concrete goals because they're numbers. They're things that you can easily work towards because it's measured. It's measured by YouTube, it's measured by Twitch. For me, my goal with those types of metrics is mainly to qualify for specific programs. For example, with Twitch, the affiliate program, it has metrics itself for you to have to qualify for them, and we've already qualified for it. So that's reach 50 followers, stream for 8 hours, stream on 7 different days, average 3 viewers. Whilst these may not mean much to you, these mean a lot to Twitch, and it's the gateway that stops you from reaching the next step. I know people call them vanity metrics because people think that it's just to, make yourself feel good. Oh, I got 10,000 subscribers, etc., etc. But it's not about that. It's a way to measure how engaging you are, how successful you are connecting with your community. And for me, again, right now, it's not about blowing up. It's just about qualifying for specific programs. And affiliate was the most recent goal that I wanted to work towards. And for Twitch, the next goal would be working on Path to Partner. And as you can see, the streaming aspect is down, but the average of 75 viewers per stream isn't there yet. And it'll get there, but that's a goal of mine in terms of that type of metric. For YouTube, the metrics are quite difficult. But again, at least they're measurable, at least they're concrete, and at least they're attainable, hopefully. Fingers crossed. It looked like I flipped you off, but that was me crossing my fingers. But yeah, for YouTube, my next goal would be to get 1,000 subscribers and to get this whopping amount of 4,000 watch hours. So that way I can monetize my content and I can start making a living off of this. In order for me to hopefully work towards those monster metrics, I need to make sure that I create a workflow that makes it actionable. This is a sneak peek into something that I'm starting, whether or not it's Trello or Monday or Asana. I want to make sure that I create a workflow that's sustainable, that's scalable, where I can continuously work on multiple projects in the backlog, continuously add cards and ideas, and track my milestones. So this is by no means done. This is pretty much just a 1% sneak peek into how I'm going to start approaching my weekly workflow and my daily workflow. Lastly, the main goal that I have in terms of content creation is a personal goal and relates more to my ideals. No matter what happens in this journey from start to finish, I don't change who I am for it, that I stay genuine and I stay true to myself. I know certain types of personalities, certain types of videos are more successful than others. I know picking one singular niche and hard focusing on it is way more successful. I know focusing on a specific game is way more successful, but I want to make sure that I stay true to myself. I stay true to my personality, my ideals, and I don't just go crazy loud just because it's good for the stream, or have crazy reaction videos like, oh my god, I can't believe this, just because it works. I just want to be genuine, and I think that'll be the hardest goal whatsoever, because my type of personality, it's not a very engaging personality. It's very chill. It's very, I wouldn't say thought out, but I'm very introverted at the end of the day, and I don't want to lose that part of me in terms of being genuine to myself. And I want to put a disclaimer on that with, it's not about the introvertedness, it's about who I am as a person and who I believe I am as a person. And I want to make sure that if I do change. I change in terms of growing as a person. I change in terms of being more comfortable talking with you. That's what I mean by growing. I don't want to completely change my personality just to be successful in content creation. So with that segue, these are content creators that I admire, respect, and aspire to be like. And when I say to be like, I don't mean in personality, because I want to be my own thing, but they're content creators who I believe are very genuine and who are being themselves and doing their own thing. And I want to get to that level of confidence. So of course, everyone knows PewDiePie. He's purely on YouTube and he started from the bottom. Now he's here. I know that's a boomer reference, but this dude is pretty much just doing YouTube just for fun now. He's being himself and people are living for it. And I would absolutely love for that to be where we end up. Of course, it wouldn't be something like 106 million subscribers because that'd be insane, but just to have a community where I can be myself and you guys are just here for it. And then there's Lyric. Lyric is the Twitch version, I'd say. When I watch his streams, I think he's 100% being himself. I think he's chilling out, hanging out and being himself. And again, people are living for it. And he's not tied to a specific game. That's a huge thing to do as a streamer because majority of streamers, people come to their stream for a specific game because they're either really good at a specific game or they're just really funny when they're playing a specific game. But Lyric is himself and he plays whatever he wants to play with chat, and chat gets to choose what games he plays. And I think he's just a genuine funny dude, and I would love for my Twitch to eventually go to that spot. So this is his YouTube, but his Twitch is this one. So he's got 2.7 million followers, and if you look at his about, we like to play everything, relax, and have a good time. How much simpler and genuine can you be? So this is the type of Twitch stream I want to be. And lastly, there is Datrada, who I've spoken to a few times before. I think he's a chill guy who's true to himself, and I don't think he's putting on a personality just to appease the viewers. Because in this particular game, there are huge personalities. There's personalities that people watch just purely for entertainment value. There's personalities that are purely contrarian to generate clicks in terms of, you know, raising controversy and causing drama. But this dude just does his own thing. He's very well thought out, very well spoken, and he just has a blast on stream and makes content for people. So even though he's a smaller streamer, and I say small because, you know, it's in comparison to PewDiePie and Lyric, I do respect Datrada and I do aspire to be like how he is on his stream. So yo, shout out to Datrada. But other than that, I think I've been talking for too long this video. This video is probably very long by now. But cliff notes: make goals, break those goals down, and you'll be okay, Hoju. And you too, viewers. But yeah, if you have any questions, or even if you have your own goals, make sure you write it down in the comments because I'd love to read them. I'd love to look through them. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you want to talk more about stuff like this, make sure you check out the Discord. But that's all from me. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.